Let me check on. I know. I'm just looking into. I think everything is good. Peace and quiet, so we can commentate properly. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 10 of the VGPR Championship in season number 3. We're here in Belgium, in the Ardennes forest, for the beautiful circuit of Spa-Francorchamps, as we have a championship battle in our hands right now. Two drivers, Hellraiser and Charleston, fighting for the title. Hellraiser needs to outscore Charleston, and needs to make sure he can bring this fight to Japan in the last 2 rounds of the championship. Charles needs to outscore Hellraiser with 13 points. Then he is world champion of VGPR Season 2. The calculations are correct. Hellraiser, if needing any shot of the title at all, needs to get the win, fastest lap and pole position. And Charles can't score any points. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for him to catch up. The current gap between them is 69 points, I believe, after the Grand Prix in Imola. We have 14 drivers off on the grid. And today we'll see what they will do around one of the most beautiful tracks in the world. And today Jacob needs to shut his fucking mouth and make the standings already. Yeah. Anyway. Current point gap between them is 69 points. Just not scoring a podium in 9 races so far. One of them not being a Monza, and all the other races he came on the podium. 2 victories, 4 third places, and 2 second places will give him 177 points. Yeah, sure, buddy. But we're out racing in Spa. Of course, track remodeled in the previous F1 game. It was time after being remodeled in 2022. What was some modification to the circuits, and of course, made the rouge a little bit wider. There's more runoff there. Today we are going to see what will happen. Of course, the Constructor Championship fight is also on. And I will quickly just invite somebody. So I think brother, because Leclerc did not show up. And I think if an Alfredo wanted to drive, you need to find Mr. Power Rangers himself. So there he is. So if he's online, he can join and fill in. So we're currently looking with, I think, the front. I think one of the Haases will be the first. I think it will be Nart. Yeah, Nart will be one of the first to start their final lap, as almost every driver's out. Nart spinning, having a lot of wheel spin on the exit of the bus stop chicane. Spa with the longest track on the calendar on Formula 1, expected lap times to be around the 142s, and maybe a little bit for the slow drivers, the 144s and the 145s. The gap between tier 2 and the top can be a little much, but this more of the casual tier 2 one is more for the bomb sweats. Going through is one of the most beautiful corners on Rouge and Radium. Down to Camel Straight we go, and we are going to Lacombe, the tricky chicane, where it's really difficult to try and overtake. I want 30.9. That's the first time with sector. It's not the best first sector time for Nart. But the look, don't know if he's abandoned it already. He is not. I think he is. He doesn't have the battery on anymore. So this will just be a little bit of a mega lap as we see both V-carbs actually very close to each other. We see the Joppe is the lead V-carb of the pair. Joppe, of course, winning one race in F125 in Zandvoort. The sort of home Grand Prix. Now he is in his home turf, hoping he can perform a pretty decent race, hitting the grass on the entry of P1. So that will also be difficult, of course. The score is also pretty damn difficult. Of course, remember Russell and Giovinazzi having a very big collision here in the Spa GP in 2020. Of course, with COVID and all. Joppe won 14.6, not too bad for a second sector time. Expect the wings to be low and the top speed of the cars to be high. Spa already in the previous game, it was meta to run low wings around Spa. Grip here is very good, especially on the soft tires. So expect most drivers to be running low wings, 1:45.8. That's the time, I guess, for Nart. And Joppe with 1:43.0, and that's already 2 seconds faster. We see other drivers crossing the line now. We see Joe on 43.8, 8/10 slow, and yeah, Liam a very tragic lap, 1:47. Oh, in the background we see Dave having a moment on the exit of the bus stop chicane. And it looked like he will go in for another lap. We see Hellraiser starting his lap, but now we see Mercedes in the background also. So I think starting lap or going. No, that's Ryan, 1:44, and Rens. Both are friends, both in the 1:44s, and we see Abteman going to 1:42.4. So that's a pretty big improvement compared to Joppe. So that will be the new benchmark for them. The Abteman winning actually in Imola, with Williams getting a 1-2. Gele not here today. We see that Alfie has joined in the lobby, and that's good to see. Charleston is 5/10 slower than Abteman, so maybe we're gonna have a new lad here to do something. But we see Hellraiser is the fastest man in the first sector. As we speak right now, we see there Dave getting nicely out of the way. It's Aston Martin and Rob can also, I think, finish the Constructor Championship if Ferrari does not score any points, and they score, yeah, a lot of points. Because in every race, I think, no, if they score a lot, but Ferrari does not. It's Rick goes fast with 1:42.3. Also a driver to look out for. Rick improving his pace a lot in the previous seasons. I think Ferrari fans set his lap. Roman also set at his lap in the 1:43s. But Hellraiser right now going for the first sector is 14.3. Around the same sector time as Joppe. Maybe even the exact same, I can remember. But yeah, the Austrian driver needs to at least win the Grand Prix to have a shot at the title. He cannot finish below P3. And if Charleston wins the Grand Prix, then it's over and out for the Austrian, and he will not win the title. And the title race, he wants to bring the title race to Spa, and a lot of wheel spin on the exit curve. He will be P3 with 1:42.5. That's definitely timing that lap for him. So ahead of his rival for now with 4:10. I think, yeah, there's Dave behind him actually. He will go set a lap right now. One of the founders, of course, of the VGPR League. Not doing too many racing, but he's enjoying his time here. That's important, of course, to us here in VGPR. Yellow in most sectors, but there's cars driving slowly on their out laps or in laps, whatever you want to call it. Hellraiser still putting the gas pretty much. It's 30.7. That is almost 4th slower than Hellraiser in the first sector, and Dave is sliding with his rear through the Lacombe chicane. Yeah, keep an eye out as Ferrari are 61 points behind Aston Martin. You see Alfie going P4, so that's pretty damn good for him. This Alfredo, yeah, Alfie can help. But the Ferrari fan is down to P8. But yeah, and Dave cutting across the inside curb there of P1. That's not the ideal line. Yeah, so let's see what will happen. In general, in this qualifying, Spa is a pretty damn long track. So yeah. Dave sliding with his rear to sector 2 as well. He lost a lot of time. So yeah, I think for him this will be a final lap, and he will abort it, as we see most drivers going to the pit lane. Yeah, McLaren, yeah, if we're looking at the Constructor Championship, is Aston Martin versus Ferrari. Aston is 61 points behind Aston Martin. They will finish his lap right now. I think this will be a 143 if I look at it closely. No, 144. Not a good lap for Dave, the Swiss driver. He's behind Ryan, but ahead of Stroud with 145. Yeah. Williams, not too far off Ferrari. They are 30 points behind after scoring maximum points in Imola with 45 points. They managed to score. Yeah, McLaren far off, a little bit far off behind them. Yeah, if we quickly yeah, a little bit behind. But yeah, the teams that are, yeah, the top four are still in hunt for the. Jacob, you should really shut your motherfucking mouth, because I did not say that at all. So shut your bitch ass up. Anyway, you have somebody talking big even though it's still on old gen. They cannot even play this game. So shut your bitch ass up, you stupid idiot. No. Then I'm an idiot then. Good for you. Well then. Yeah. Some cars are out again for their outlaps. It's pretty damn busy at the bottom of the track. But the most important part is, are we going to see faster lap times? That's the thing we are aiming for. Spa long trap. Yeah, don't spend it on fucking Ferrari merch then, idiot. So Abdeman goes on for his second run after qualifying. We're gonna ride on board with him right now. Down to turn one we go. Brake around to 100 meter board. Down to second gear is the most I'll do thing on this game. Be steady with the gas if you have TC off. But right now burn battery do around, I would say 80%, but he's using way more than I do. Going down to Arouge flat out, of course, in 8th gear. A little bit more aggressive with the turning and on the curbs. Down to usually 50% on this straight, but you want more battery for Camel Straight, just so you can hit more kph. He's not improving. 4th gear through Lacombe, and then the next corner should be flat out if you have the correct setup. Atman lifting a little bit on the exit. Right now down to 3rd. 4th gear, it's really what you plan. 2nd gear is not good at all. 4th gear is really what you want. The battery on none, I think. Atman abandoned it. Using non-ERS is not the smartest thing to do. Yeah, sometimes it hurts seeing some people drive, but yeah, you need to really manage it. Not gaining too much time there on yeah, going through P1. There we could bring the car a little bit more high. I have no clue, Jakey. Ooh. But we don't know your page yet, brother. You probably will be tier 1. So yeah, I mean, how you bum sweating the previous game, you probably will be tier 1. So yeah, get used to it, brother. No winning GPs for you, unless I'm dog shit. But Admin going through a Blanchement, and now to the last stop chicane we go. 3rd gear is probably the best. You will go, and then now across the line we go. We will burn his battery for the line. Will there be improvement for him? It will be 141.9. 4th improvement for the Red Bull driver. Provisional P1 for him right now. Hellraiser, 2 tenths up on this Delta. 1.5, I should say. Excuse them. Down to P1 we go flat out through this corner. Hellraiser really pushing his limits, trying to get closer and trying to get that pole position, that extra point he would desperately need in his championship hunt. As Ruben goes P2 actually. Ruben qualifying warrior, of course. Not so much in the race recently. 4th gear is really better than Heli Boy and uses the battery really early. I would suggest using it after the corner so you can carry more speed going through Blanchement. See Alfredo also, yeah, still, and yeah, Charles also on this lap. I think we see the Aston Martin go through Arouge right now on Camel Straight. Yellow in sector 2. That is one of the V curbs. That would be Joppe slowing down, and Hellraiser on the inside curb a lot. Definitely, there's definitely more time in this lap. Battery is used. Across the line go. Heli Boy goes P3. We're on for 2.3. Not even close to Afterman's time. I cannot read all that. I don't have to chat with me right now, Jacob. Half the chat is got off. Whatever is a P3. Still putting on good lap as Charlester, is on his out lap right now. No, he's actually on his lap, but he boarded it. Joppe in the pit lane. We see Fryfan on his lap right now. Doesn't have any battery left, so he will lose, I think, around 3 tenths. Across the line he will go, and I think that will be a 42 point. Yeah, 42 before. P5 for him. So Joe also out, of course. Yeah, I can't read that, but I couldn't read the rest of the time. So yeah, I will quickly pull up the. Oh, nice. Yeah, but if you're looking at it, the Qatar pole lap, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. But looking at it right now, the Qatar pole lap we did with VGPR, of course, and tier 1 was 20.6 by yours truly. But if you're looking at the lap, I cannot speak. It is definitely 2 tenths in the lap, and I did that exact same thing in another qualifying session where I did. Yeah, that's pretty good lap, mate. So I'm happy for you to find your pace. Afton retired from the session, happy with his 141.9, and we're gonna see if people can improve that. So, yeah. Joe, yeah. I think he's on his lap right now. Ooh, aggressive there, not to tapping the gravel. No, he's not on the lap. He will be on the Zen lap. Strifen is, and we see Alfie has improved a little bit. I think 4 tenths, and now he's up to P5, Fry 5.6. So that is crucial for a hunt in the championship against Aston Martin. Even though they will not score any points for qualifying, it's still good to have a good mark of where your pace is laying. And of course, qualifying ahead. The nicest part is about this game, if it's pretty easy to follow a car ahead if you know how to match the dirty air, and especially because the wings are pretty damn low on this track for most drivers, I assume. Dirty air is less effective. That's something you have to encounter, because dirty air, like tracks like where you're running really high wings like Monaco, Qatar, maybe even Dakota, even though like those wings are not necessarily high on this game, you're running 30 to 20 wings on most tracks. But Monaco, you will probably be running around the 40 wings if I guess. But yeah, dirty air will be higher with higher wings, so that's why it's crucial to have the lowest wings possible. Just because, oh, Alfie, that's Uncle Lip, mate. Not doing too good. Yeah, Alfie the only man out on, some other people see both Aston Martin's out on the track right now. So yeah, Job Charlester really needs to improve, because of 142.9, it's 1 second behind the pole leader, the pole sitter, personal P1. That car is really damn dirty. He needs to go to the car wash. Yeah. I don't know why I cannot watch it. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen Alfie retired as well. And I keep seeing the yellow, the caution. I cannot see the time, mate, that we have left. So that's really annoying. I'm just gonna. No, it still says yellow flag. So that's really annoying. I do not. Oh, now we know. We have 40 seconds on the clock left. So most drivers will go out for their final laps. Most of them are out for their final runs of qualifying. But I think one of the first to set. Oh, it's actually Dave who's one of the first to the lap time. We'll keep an eye on what he will do for a lap. I'm quickly going to disable this. I think this will be. Yeah, this is around the same time. It's quite easier to read this than the sector. As you see, they're going through Arusha Radium uphill. But he will need this lap. And that's the crucial part about it. He is 2 tenths up on this delta, misses the apex a little bit going through the first apex in Lacombe. So yeah, that will probably cost him a little bit of time, not too much. So also Charlester's teammates be going through a rush right now, and there's a little bit of traffic jam in the bus stop chicane on the minimap. And I hope the drivers behind do not have that much of a bother of dirty. I see Mercedes driving really slowly there. It's a smooth game, that's for certain, Jacob, but I can disagree as well. Like in qualifying, it's good to be aggressive, but you need to be smooth as well in the race. So race is more smooth, qualifying you can be aggressive. So that's why I'm very, very good in qualifying this game, and my race pace is absolutely well. Dave is actually doing a very good job. Purple sector 2 for him. and this might be a very good lap for him. It may not be enough to challenge for pole. He will be, he will be a 1:42.9 at this rate, but he needs more time, and maybe he can find that time going through bus stop chicane. We're right on board with him right now. A little bit too much on the inside curb, and right now, yeah, brother, I'm not gonna talk about it yet. Dave 1:42.5 is done. Freufan also done. Cannot set a lap. It's a short qualifying. We're gonna run aboard for Charlester. He's not improving. Charles is not improving from his delta. I think he had a little bit of a bummer of Dirtier ahead of him. Yeah, and Charlester will not improve from his. I think he will not improve. No, Charlester will stay in P9. He did improve a little bit, but he's P9 at best. And others behind him, Joppe is improving. And also other drivers. I think Hellraiser also. Yeah, but he's ahead. I don't know why I'm bringing him up, but yeah, to be fair, he could maybe challenge for a P1, maybe even a P2, maybe even P1. I completely fucked myself there. But on board with the Austrian driver right now, going through the last corner. DRS active, and will be enough. It will be enough for P2. Not enough for P1 at the moment. Ruben does not improve. Rick and Rens having contact there. A little of a beef between them. Rens going P11, and we see some Joppe going P7. Good qualifying for him as his home turf. See, both Trout going up to P. Staying P13, but having a lot of improvement. Charlester in P10. So for Hellraiser, this is a very good shot. So Charlester probably he needs to have a mega race for Charlester to close out the championship in Spa. But in my eyes, it looks like it may be going for Japan. So for now. This is the qualifying. FC Ruben messed up. No name. This is the qualifying results of Spa. Liam having a very atrocious laps, not to be rude to him. But I think VCAR made a big mistake by dropping Apelin and putting Liam in the car. Because, that's 1 point for Red Bull in their fight with VCAR in the Constructor Championship. Even though they're bottom last, they're last with 21 points. So I wish them best of luck. And I'm gonna go green for the formation lap, as I will quickly grab something to drink. We are just in time for the formation lap and cracking open. Hold up. A beautiful cold one. Cheers to those. Grab your drinks. It may not have alcohol in it. Mine certainly does. And cheers. The good bitter taste of alcohol. Thank you. A good it's nothing. A good VGPR stream is nothing without Sander cracking open a beer. As Abner goes very wide. At turn 10. Why you do that? Me don't know. Very cool. Quickly gonna. No! Fuck! My screen is wet. Fuck. No, that's better. That's better. Well, we see Liam taking the time, going just to P1 right now. Looking at your question about who my eyes on is winning. Yeah, in my opinion, Hellraiser has the best race pace on the grid currently. But I think maybe even a Job or Fryfen has, if they do well, they may have a chance. But we'll see what will happen. That's the most important part. Charleston, of course, will probably climb up the field, I think, to P8 to P7 before it starts to get difficult for him. I do not hope that. That will be very chaotic. Well, yeah, let's hope. And we don't have a Lotus doing something stupid with Maldonado jumping the start. But we are ready for the Belgian Grand Prix in VGPR. Consistently one of the most chaotic races we've had on the calendar a lot. Season 1, Tier 1 was chaotic. Season 1, Tier 2 was chaotic. Season 2, Tier 1 was also a chaotic wet race. So the rest of the drivers park up on the field, and this will be it. 5 lights will go on for the Belgian Grand Prix in the Ardennes Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are on for the Belgian Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and away we go for Spa. And we see Rens gunning across the track and nobody doing anything stupid. Hellraiser going wide in turn 1, but maintaining his place is Ruben and Rick Klein. And we see Kantik in the background. There's an Aston Martin that looks like it's Chelsea and Joe colliding on the first lap, and Chelsea dropping back down to P14 to lose. We see somebody going wide. That was one of the Aston Martins, I think. No, it's Alfie. Alfie has spun in Eau Rouge. Not the best start for Ferrari in the Handbook structure. And we see Hellraiser and Atman going wheel to the comes, and Hellraiser will take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix already. And he's hunting that victory. He wants Atman trying to go down the inside of the next corner. He cannot make it. Ruben keeping his place off the start as well. Rick staying in P4 and gaining more places. Dave having a very good start. Moving up our place to P6, and we see Charleston and Alfie having a abysmal start. Joe as well. Atman look for a move down to no name. We see, yeah, Joe moving past Alfie, going into the next couple corners as the rest of the drivers going down the hills in Spa. What a chaotic first lap we had. Hellraiser went really wide. Going as we see there, Rick trying to overtake Ruben, going through the tricky chicane, and he cannot do it. Now down to Blanchement we will go. And yeah, Hellraiser trying to make a gap for himself. But yeah, it does not work necessarily as the rest of the drivers. Nard also having a very good start, moving up to P8 with the contact between other drivers. So expect some FIA reports to come out in there. Some drivers see Trout, and we see contact. Oh, Ruben contact has been made. After having a good start, keeping his P3, fighting with Rick. You're back down to P9. So yeah, I think moving up to P5, so that will be good for the Aston Martins. Ferrari in the P4, good for Ferrari as well. But Alfredo in the pit lane. So yeah. Yes, yeah, Atman losing place already to Hellraiser, and we see there Rick. Around the outside in Lacombe, he makes it stick. Rick up into the podium place, into P2, not the podium places. Atman is not giving this up without a fight though. Trying to go wheel to wheel with him in the next couple corners. He cannot dive down the inside, it's just too tight. Rick covering not beautifully. Hellraiser already going through no name and having a 1.4 seconds gap between the cars behind. Alfie exiting the pits, moving to the hard tire, I assume. And changing his front wing. See there, Ruben and Ryan fighting. Ruben getting past Ryan in. Jesus, pool one. Jesus, I could not think of the name. Arthur stabilizes with Hellraiser leading the way with 1.5 seconds. Yeah, and this it's also up to P11. Yeah. Yeah, Atman's on the rear wing of that Mercedes driver. Mercedes also need to score some good points. They're not very high in the Championship like Blacklung. Yeah, they're P8 currently. They're in the fight with Alpine and Haas, and they can climb up to P6 after this race. A good point for them because they're both now in the points. Pardon me. Jesus. Ugh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's what beer does to a man. If you drink too fast, at least, then just yeah. But with the beautiful helicopter cam we have as Abdomen has DRS, it's super powerful down the Camel Straight, impossible to defend. And Rick. So I just realized Steffi has just said he forgotten that there was a race today. So yeah. Yeah, Steffi just saying he was prepared. So yeah, something I did not look. I think I did not even see in attendance. So I will quickly check if that's my bad. No, there's no attendance at the Williams. Nothing. Yeah. We are back with the race, ladies and gentlemen, already having a 3-second penalty in the first 3 laps, so probably a warning around each lap, I assume. Yeah, but the contact between Rick and Alfie on the opening lap going through a ruse was something we cannot see properly. So appreciate this beautiful camera angle right there. Beautiful. See Commander and Joe fighting, going through the fast sector, going to P1. Blanchimont, they will be driving right now. Farfan still in the P4, but we'll drop back down to P6 after this. Is a DRS train between the top 6 a little bit, but Hellraiser keeping a steady gap with 1.5 seconds to the car behind. So that is pretty steady. So expect the cars to pit around lap 8 to lap 9 with strategy FC Farfan having a Nard and Rens fighting. Going through wheel to wheel for a rouge. This is not what you're normally seeing. But Rens showing his balls and going down the inside of a rouge. This fight is not over yet. Because Nard will have DRS, I assume. No. Rens has it. So Rens has played this out beautifully. But Rens not pulling away. Not using the overtake button. But I think Nard will have to key it in. And he does. That's Nard misjudging his braking points. Coming across the track. And Ruben already has a clear shot for the overtake again. Yeah, Ruben trying to go around the outside. Going through no name. They will go right now. Now to P1. So, a little bit of Rick. Also 3 seconds on the exit of P1. Difficult corner to manage with track limit. So that's something you will probably see as Apple has gained a little bit of time. And Rick made a mistake because he's 1.4 seconds behind. The Farfan is out of DRS with Rick. So nobody in the top 4 has DRS on the driver ahead. But Dave has and Joppe has. Sprint is currently in P7 fighting the rest of the grid. As Charles not getting that much ground. He's still in the place he started. If we quickly look at the position change, Ruben has lost 6. And we see Alfie drop back as well, 10 places. See Nard getting 5, Rens getting 4, Dave getting 3. Farfan getting 2 and Rens getting 1 and Hellraiser of course getting also 1. So moves past Nard fighting with him, going through bus stop chicane. They will go right now. An easy overtake as Charleston tries to collide with it. Charleston tries to profit from that overtake, but has reset the track. So that's not allowed, mate. As we see Dave going in the pit lane very early, trying the undercut, going for the hard tires. But Charleston not having the weekend he deserves. Yeah, he is your championship leader, but at this rate he will not become champion. That's easy to say. So Dave comes out in P12. I think he will move down to P13 after Trout overtakes. He has front wing damage, though, Trout. So yeah. So on the background, Charker, Chalster trying to move past Nard. Nard and Rumen still fighting out there. And I think Rumen is very frustrated by the Irish driver in the Haas, not letting him pass. To be fair, I would actually exactly the same thing. I know. Ruben! Ruben drifting through the corner, locking his rear wings. He's luckily ghosted for Ryan, so Ryan can easily move past him. Ruben hitting him a little bit in no name. Yeah, but Ruben is a little bit maybe too aggressive, and he's going down the inside of Pool 1. He makes it sick. Yeah, he goes wide. Same with Ryan, so it didn't matter. Beautiful overtake though from Ruben. Ruben yet still to win the race of VGPR, but he's probably one of the he's raced the most on the Tier 2 grid. That's for certain. He has raced since I think it was Austria, Season 1. That's the first he made his debut there. and he won the Monza sprint race. But he's not won a single race after that. Alfie also joins the penalty club with a 3-second time for the Ferrari driver. Expect the most track limits to get caught in Le Mans, maybe even in Rouge, P1, and maybe even a bus stop chicane or Blanchimont if you're not paying attention. So track limits are everywhere on this track. So yeah, something what Atman gained a lot of time on the exit of, but I think he made a little bit of a mistake on the exit of turn 1. Because Hellraiser, he was 1.1, now he's 1.5. The Hellraiser, just watching with him right now, just setting the pace nicely for himself and looking, as it stands right now, for 4th victory of the season. Fucking mosquito. I got him. Beautiful. Yeah. Truck right now. The battle for the podium places. Job has dropped like a little bit. Rens in P6. He's doing fantastically. He said it was not his best track, but in a P6 place, that's not scoring. Yeah, not doing too shabby all season. That's really good for him. So you gotta give to him. That's Charleston moves up to P8, getting past Ruben. Something in my throat. All slime. Pardon me. See now also Joe behind Ryan for the last battle for the last points position. Running aboard with this Alpine, very nice with my camera settings if I do say, but it looks like Joe is gonna blast past the blast past the Mercedes, and he certainly does it. As Joe moves up to P10. Dave not gaining too much time with his undercut yet, but I think eventually when the mediums start to wear, which is probably gonna happen right now, as Ryan actually is the second driver of the race to pit. It will pit in lap 7. Lap 6 for him then. Lap 7 for the rest of the drivers. So there's still a lot of laps on those tires. So I think 16 laps on the hard tires. Will be a lot, but the hards are really nice to drive on this game. Yeah, Rick and Ferrari fan, yes. They're pulling away with a job. Ooh, massive lockup from Ferrari fan in going. I need the core names. I know almost all of them, but that's the one of them I don't know. So that's really that's actually. And most tracks I know the core names like out of my head, but some tracks I do not even know a singular one. Yeah, but that's why something beautiful is called Google Spa. Don't allow Spa and just type F1 and you will normally get it. Yeah. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Boxels. Yeah. Very difficult name. It's a little bit of the Brussels. I think it's supposed to be a reference to Brussels, one of the major cities in Belgium, of course. And we see Rick diving in the pit lane on lap number 8. So Rick trying to the undercuts on the drivers ahead, that 3 seconds, but he will come out in traffic. Rens he will, I think, we see another car driving in the pit lane. That is one of the Haases, so that's Nart. I think he will, I think Rick will actually drop back massively. He will drop back behind, I think we'll drop back behind the Esteban of Dave. It's gotta be close, and I think, it's gotta be close. No, Dave is ahead. David is ahead of the Mercedes, but does Rick have DRS though? That's the most important question. I think he has, and it's an easy overtake for Rick. Oh, my stomach is not processing it well. Drink. See also Commander Liam going into the pit lane in that last. Yeah. Currently a 6-second gap between the top two. Atman actually performing very, very well in recent times. getting along with the pace nicely with the new game. Struggling a lot on the previous game, but showing he had pace in the mini season, especially in Monaco. Yep. Joppe not too far behind by Verhoeven. I think Verhoeven made a mistake because Joppe was 3 seconds behind. Verhoeven, see Hellraiser, your leader, diving in the pit lane on lap number 8 for him. Atman going on, so it will be the undercut for Hellraiser. Hard tires will be fitted on the number 25 car of the papaya colors. We see Verhoeven going into the pit as Joppe as well. We see there the Red Bull and the Aston Martin also going into the pit lane. So yeah, we'll see what will happen with the rest. Dave moves up a significant amount of places, but he has pitted around lap 5. Ruben also going into the pit lane. Hellraiser will stay P2, and the hunt for him, the lead, will continue. Beautiful camera angle we're seeing right here. Joe moves up to P3, but he's starting on the hards. Rick is right behind him. And then we see more position changes on the rest of the field. Charles is a P9, so the undercut for some drivers did not work. But I think Rick will move past Joe, and that is something he's done beautifully. And the Dutch driver passes another Dutch driver and moves up into the podium places. Yeah, Dave is not too far behind with the undercut, so we'll see what will happen with him. Trout moving in the pit lane right now. As you see, Charles breezing past Rens on the Camel Straight. Going down to Lacombe, turn 7, 8 and 9. The tricky chicane, of course. And now cutting a little bit off the track. Not too much. But Rens still in a good P9 for him. But yeah, some drivers have just undercutted him. So Rens struggling a little bit. Charles is now ahead of him. See Joppe also, he was already ahead. Verhoeven as well, but Joe needs to pit, and we have also some other drivers who need to pit. As commander, Liam gets a 3-second time penalty. It's not another one. It is first of the race. As Dave is in the DRS range of the car ahead of him, and he's yet to score, I think, even a podium or a victory in VGPR. He's not raced that much in VGPR to having personal life, so I appreciate that for him, that he even makes a time. Especially Atman going into the pit on lap number 9 for him. The race leader is in the pit lane right now. That's the most important question. Hellraiser will he be ahead of Atman. Yeah, Atman going out of the pits now, but Atman does have the inside line for Hellraiser locking his front right tire. But it's a margin that is not even close. Hellraiser takes the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix with a margin of 2 seconds. And he has Rick right in his rear wing as Ryan and Nart are fighting. Quickly back to that. Both have DRS going down the Nart, going down the inside at Rick. Ooh, Ryan tried to switch back in, but Nart closed the door, so a little bit of contact between them. See Alfie pinning again on lap 10. But I think Nart made a mistake. You can clearly see that he doesn't have the speed, and Ruben also looking for that pass. And Ruben does it as well. Just maybe down the inside, he will try to go for Ryan. He definitely does try to do that. But Ryan places his car beautifully, and the two are still go wheel to wheel. But Ryan shuts the door on the Sauber driver. It's a risky corner. You normally do not try to overtake it. And Dave also getting a 3-second time penalty. Difficult for him for that. Trout moving past Liam. Ruben trying to get past Ryan for almost the third time this race. Not having the best race for him. Charles and P8, so that's perfect for Hellraiser down the inside. Ruben looking, trying to scare Ryan out of it, maybe making a mistake. In my opinion, it's kind of annoying to see people do that, because sometimes you forfeit, sometimes you don't. We'll watch with them a little bit more. This is one of the few battles we are seeing on the track right now, a little bit in the top. Of course, with the rest, as we see, Dave pitting very early again. Dave going for the 2-stopper in this race. So he will draw back significantly. As Ruben moves past Ryan, moves up to P10, but he will have to defend on the Camel Straight, but Ryan not giving this up without a fight, trying to switch back in, but Ryan has the DRS, as Ruben is smart and just lets him go and tries to overtake him on the Camel Straight, because right now Ruben is a sitting duck for both drivers on the straight, but is he gonna play it smart? Yeah, Dave moves back, drops back down. Let's see Alfie moving past Liam. With the bus stop chicane we go. Has not made another mistake on the exit of turn 1. Is now out of the DRS actually. Yeah, Ruben is gonna have a difficult time defending this. Is gonna have a breeze of a pass. Beautiful to see. All the drivers getting a chance for some good points. In the lead, yeah, Joe is I think on the hard. But yeah, he's yet one of the drivers who's yet to pit in his Grand Prix. He's the only one actually who needs to pit still. We have Alfie and Dave both on the 2-stopper, so they will go to the end of this race right now. And I assume Joe will pit around lap 16 to 15, and then we'll switch to the medium tires and make that and make states. Let's go to the end. Yeah. Our is leading 1.7 seconds, but he's lost 6 tenths to Adam locking. Fast last sector for our racer. Locking his front wheel going into turn 1. Tricky corner, of course, turn 1. Very difficult. That sorts very difficult to conquer, and that is something, yeah, should be known. So, yeah. Rick is also not, but he has a margin between him and Joe. So Rick right now will get the second podium of the season if it stays as it is. Joe will get P6, which is very good for his own Grand Prix. A little bit of noise, but he has Fryfan ahead of him. But he's in the DRS range of Fryfan. I was running for a second outside my window, but it wasn't. Oh, see Alfie getting past Shroud. Now to Shroud having Alfie having a little bit of a moment into the La Sorte. And yeah, Shroud trying to get past us. We see Ruin getting past Ryan finally on the camel straight going to Lacombe. So Ruben moves up to P9. But we have to do a lot more work to climb up to his qualifying position. Starting P3. Also P7. So decent recovery job for him. Gained 3 places, but P7, that's not good as Rans. Oh, Rans has disconnected. Oy. There we go. Alright, we fire them back. Rans has disconnected from the session. That's not good because he was sitting in a comfortable P8. EI levels on 80, so he will march a little bit, but not that much. So I invited him. I will invite him again quickly if needed. Most times the game that just crashes, so yeah. Gap at front 2.1 seconds. Yeah, Chelsea in no man's land at the point. Rance is joining back. Ruin Escala behind him is down the rest range, but yeah, he's back. Good to see. You never want a driver to lose something because of a disconnect. That's actually that's really hard, because if you put that much hard work into it in your race and then suddenly it all just goes to waste. Let's see Ruben behind him, and we see Joppe actually getting past for IFM. Joppe now in his P5 place, and good points for VCarp in their fight with Red Bull in the championship. Red Bull are scoring still pretty damn points with Atom being in P2. Just taking small sips of the beer. Gotta enjoy it. To be fair, we do have a whole 6-pack downstairs, but I'm not chugging that shit all down in one night and do that. Unless I'm at the party, then that's a different story. I'm not gonna be chugging beer just because of it. But it looks like Joppe is already behind Joe, and Joe is in trouble here because yeah, he's on all the tires, way all the tires compared to drivers behind him. So Joppe can maybe play it smart, but I think he already goes past going through Blanchiment, and he certainly does that. Joppe moves up to P4, and now his next car ahead of him is Rick, but I think Joe, no, he will stay behind. Joppe locking his front left tire. Yeah, Joe needs to stay out, but oh, Joe, never mind. Joe going to the pit lane on this lap, and we'll go to the mediums to finish the race. Still pretty long. It's 9 to 10 laps on the mediums. It's pretty damn long, but if you're confident with it. But Charleston moves up to P6 right now, so that's 8 points. Yeah, 8 points for Charleston. So and Hellraiser. Oh, there in the background we see Rens and Ruben fighting. Ruben, yeah, Rens trying for the switchback, and maybe it will work out for him. But Ruben has just a little bit more better traction. So and yeah, Joe is now behind Ryan. Ahead of Ryan, pardon me. But Joe has the fresher rubber, so he will be quick. Ryan could probably attempt an overtake down the Camel Straight, but Joe is not giving this up without a fight, squeezing into the inside line. But Ryan makes it work, but Joe around the outside keeps his foot in, coming between the two drivers. Joe shoving his elbows, but he has the better grip, so yeah, Ryan cannot find on the corners while he's on significantly all the tires, and Joe has fresh mediums. So Joe will definitely move up a couple of places. I assume he will probably finish around P7 to P6 as best. If you want to retire Trout, go to the pit lane and then click retire from session. Just go to the option menu, then here you have retire from session. Then you can retire if you want. Don't crash the car, just retire in the pit lane, please. Yes, there's an option in the menu that says retire the car. Yeah, Atman's actually pretty damn close to Hellraiser right now. Ooh, a little bit closer to the wall for a Hellraiser. Yes. Ring of the has pitbull radio. They are going to retire the car. That's Hellraiser. 1.2 seconds between him and Atman. It's getting closer lap by lap. Atman really is looking for that first second victory in the championship. See, stuff happens. Ryan actually going to the pit lane. Ryan pitting for the second time in this Grand Prix, and that is his points. Chance is gone, and Dave is now looking at the rearing of Nard. Rens is still in P8. He is behind Joe, but Joe has caught up to Ruben. Yeah, I think Ruben made a little bit of a mistake. You never know, because I thought he was 4 seconds behind, but yeah, and Ryan going to the, I assume, the hard tires. Hard tires for him. Without retired from the session. So no incidents needed. As Atman is in the DRS range of Hellraiser. Oi, yeah, that's something you gotta work out for. Hellraiser drinking, Atman is pushing his car to the limits. We're watching on board right now with the Austrian driver. He's using his battery a little bit, but Atman as well. He's gaining on the straights. The slipstream is really helping him. Hellraiser locking his tires like crazy. Yeah. You see, Trout still going on. And now Atman will have DRS down to the Camel Straight. It's 7 tenths between them. Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of annoying, but yeah. It looks like Atman is not close enough to attempt an overtake on your race leader. Pardon me. See Alfie and Ryan fighting for position. Alfie moving past the Mercedes driver, going into fucking hell, Blanchimont. I cannot speak for 2 seconds. It's actually crazy. Just down that fucking cannon real quick. It was way too full for my liking. I see Nard and Dave fighting for P10, and Dave moving up in the last point position, but cutting the track and doing so. Yeah. Oh, my whole leg is tilting like crazy. It's not a funny feeling. But yeah, not the most exciting race. But if we're looking at front, Atman is way closer than he was before. 3 tenths behind us. So I think the lead of the Grand Prix will change significantly going into the next lap. But we'll see what Hellraiser can do to defend. He's not the easiest to overtake, we all know that. Not getting a few second time penalty for track limits. Sliding on the rear for Heady Boy. And Abdomen having the arrest, but does he go? No, he does not go for a move in the inside of turn 1. Really close to the inside curb there. But down to Arush we go. Such a beautiful track this is, but yeah, Abdomen looking for the overtake, but he's not getting close enough, and I think he will stay behind. Yeah, he will. He needs to stay behind the McLaren again, and we'll probably try to do it into the next lap. See a little bit of more carnage. Yeah, Joe is past Ruben, and Joe is now up to P7. The alternative strategy working pretty good for him. Yeah, if we're looking at it right now, I think Hellraiser will probably fend them off and will win the Grand Prix. I think Hellraiser has a very good shot, but Abdomen also not the worst pace. See, yeah, Alfie and Ryan fighting a lot, and Ryan letting him pass, but it may be the DRS trick. So Alfredo will need to watch out for that on the Camel Straight. And we're gonna figure it out now. Yep, Ryan does have the DRS. And Alfie does need to defend, but it looked like he's not getting close enough. And he's not. And Alfie is keeping his P12, but yeah, he started P5, but yeah, not gaining any ground. 15 seconds behind the next car, not having the best pace of the Ferrari, and yeah, and he needs the championship points. Because Aston Martin, yeah, they are scoring almost the same amount of points as it's Ferrari. 1 point at Ferrari will gain. That's the only thing they will be gaining this lap. As we look in the fast lap, Alfie does have the fast lap, so that's 1 extra point for them. So 11 points for Ferrari. Well, Aston go home with 9 points. Hellraiser still fending off Abdomen's. It's super difficult to catch up a car ahead. The DRS slipstream is not powerful, and the overtake button is OP as fuck, and the DRS is not as good as well. So yeah, that's the issue there is with this game, the overtake. We're looking at the Abdomen has the fresher tires. If you're looking at it with laps, we do not know if it's that necessarily better in general. As Ryan has retired from the session in pit lane and was done with his race. Sad to see. He was in the points for most of the race, but after the pit stops was in P13. Not a good result for the Mercedes driver, while his teammate Rick is up in P3. Pardon me. Still, this battle we are having right now with 4 laps to go in a little bit. Just a little bit. Wait, hold on. That's the last bit. On him. Abdomen may be burning to his tires a little bit faster than Hellraiser. Hellraiser is the tire whisperer, of course, and very good and gentle with his tires. Locking his wheels a lot though. Go through the Lassours. But to be fair, the bus stop chicane on Lassours, everyone locks a wheel there all the time. As long as you don't lock the wheels, it doesn't matter that much. Or lock your front tires like crazy. That's also good. Yeah, Abdomen is a little bit closer, but it's still 5 tenths, and I think you really have 4 tenths to be fair, 4 to 3 tenths. Just look how much time is gaining. Not even a tenth. And Rens is disconnected yet again. I will invite him back again. Rens really needs to fix that Wi-Fi up. To invite for him. Hope we can join back. FC Charleston moving past 5 and Charleston moves up to P5. 10 points for Aston Martin. And Ferrari will not like this at all. Yeah, okay, that's not too good. I think. Yeah. And Charleston still showing he has the pace to fight back. Just they're up to P5. And I think Farfen will be doing a little bit more and trying to hold up, but Farfen does have some front wing damage. So yeah. So Aston Martin will gain a couple of points on Ferrari at the end. But just clipping the grass a little bit. So we see Liam going into the pit lane right now. They're probably chasing to the soft tires. So we see the front again. It's close. And we hear also the V-Carb exiting the pit lane. I hope he doesn't hinder the front too. It may look like he will do, but no, he's actually ghosted. So if all in favor, Hellraiser gets the RS from him. You could clearly see Atman just going through him. And Atman lost a lot of time behind Liam. Hellraiser, yeah, he has the DRS as well, so this may be the chance for Hellraiser to pull out of the DRS, and he certainly has pulled out of the DRS right now. 3 laps to go. It's 3:10, but yeah. The most important part, keep it on the track. Don't get any track limits. And finish it to the end. That's all Hellraiser needs to do in order to claim his 4th victory of the season. Showing why he's not done with his championship fight yet. He will gain 15 points on Charleston. So the lead will be taken down to 54 points. But yeah, and it's close with the points. And Charleston has a bigger shot of becoming champion in Japan. Because that's the exact point. If Charleston even scores 1 singular point with these results, it's over now to Hellraiser. So Hellraiser needs to pray for a miracle that Charleston DNFs still in this race or DNFs in the other 2 races. But for now, Hellraiser will take the fight to Japan. But Charleston just needs to score a singular point and it's all over. But we're not giving up on our Austrian driver yet. Tier 2 has not raced on Japan yet. This will be the first time they will drive there. It's a very lovely track, especially because it's laser scan now. Beautiful track to drive in and very difficult. So that will actually give a challenge to the drivers. With 2 laps to go, 1 more camel straight after this. And we see Liam there weaving a lot actually. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah. So Hellraiser keeping the lead between 9/10 to 8/10. It's really difficult. Nothing. So you shut your bitches up, Charger. Hellraiser still leading away. Gap now still, yeah, after keeping in this DRS. But he has 1 lap to do it. Otherwise it will not be enough for him. Atom will not claim victory in Hellraiser. Yeah. Nah, I'm not showing you pens. And this fight will be taken down. This fight will be taken. We're not calling nibs anytime, Charity. But we're going on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. 6/10 between the leaders, 8/10 on the exit. After not having a good exit on the exit of the bus stop chicane. Fair point, fair point. Alright, I will quickly show you pens. There we go. Penalties. Happy. But yeah. Now boost the server, you dick. Down to the camel straight we go for the last time. The gap is 8/10 and I think Abdomen has not gotten what he needs. He doesn't have any battery left. Oh, you motherfucker. Nah, fuck you then, bro. You can fuck off then. And Abdomen ruins his chance for the victory after getting a 3-second time penalty. And this is what you don't want to see. And Hellraiser will claim victory. Yeah, you're not getting that then. Or is it? No. The job is 10 seconds behind. So, no. But going back to the leaders, Hellraiser's pulling away significantly more, and Hellraiser will probably claim victory in Belgium after taking the lead a little bit after a couple of laps and not looking back. The undercut worked for him. Ataman pushed him. And right now Hellraiser will have one more sector to go. And it will be a victory number 4 for the Austrian. And victory he desperately needs in the hunt for the championship. But Hellraiser will need to push more. And I think this is over and out for the championship. But it will be going down to Japan. Hellraiser will win the Belgium Grand Prix with his rival just 1.4 seconds behind him. Rick will come out in P3. A beautiful race for the Dutchman, claiming another podium. Joppe coming on in P4. Beautiful result for the Belgian driver in his home turf. He claims a P4 finish. That is nice to see. And this championship fight will be taken down to Japan as Charles Fields P5. That's 15 points. Hellraiser will gain on his rival. And the rest of the grid going off. Joe will finish P7. Ruben P8. And the fight will go down to Japan. I've said it many times before. Dave going scoring 2 points. No, he's going 1 point. Ice, pardon, because Friends comes on P2. Good points for Red Bull as well. And the fight will go down to Brazil. Yep. Japan. Yep. Championship fight will go down to Japan. And Hellraiser will claim victory in the R10 forest in Spa. We'll see you next week in Japan. But right now we're gonna have the podium ceremony. Just not having good qualifying, therefore still finished P5. Very good comeback track for him. Hellraiser claiming victory again. And we have a Red Bull from Appleman in P2 and Rick in P3. Good race we had today, lads, and it was beautiful to see. Not the most exciting race, but yeah, I will let this play out for y'all so you can see it. But yeah, as it stands right now, 15 points Hellraiser gained on his rival, but just scores one singular point. It's all over and out for Hellraiser in Japan. But don't give your hopes up. Anything can happen in Formula 1, especially in racing. You never know what will happen. But I assume it may be going into the way of the Swiss driver. As we are loading the results. Please load the results quicker. I need them. But yeah. No, it doesn't look like it's showing me. Beautiful. Ah. No! Fuck. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week in Japan for where this championship fight will continue. Have a good evening and have a good night.